Hi everyone, welcome to the part 3 of the BMC Helix on-frame health check tool video series. In this video, we are going to see the other two options of the health check tool, which are the install and the post-install, and we'll explain the important configuration properties file, which is infra.config and the deployment.config. So you are running the BMC Helix deployment manager for doing the installation of on-frame, and the logs are not indicating the problems that you are facing during the installation. Then in that case, you can run the Helix health check tool with the install option. For executing it, the steps remains the same as the pre-install. That means you need to run the source of the sample environment setting by changing the appropriate values in it and then execute it with the install option. The task can take 5 to 10 minutes depending on the number of pods, and if it has multiple errors, then in that case the execution can take up to 30 minutes. When it happens, it will display the verbose output on the screen that it will inform that a particular pod, how many errors has been seen. So if the installation is giving out the problems, then checking the logs of those pods makes sense, and then that will help you to find out the root cause of the installation problem. We'll wait till the execution happens. It's moving ahead now with the next logs parsing. All the logs will be appended to the HCT reports error log txt. You can do the tell on that file while the execution is happening, so that you will see that list of the consolidated errors, and it will also tell on which pod it's working as of now. If you can see, the execution has completed and it has make a connection to the RSS host, making sure it's able to communicate and the REST API is responding. You will find the consolidated reports of the errors into the error log.txt file. In the future, there will be a few more addition would be there to debug the installation problems. Now, similar to install, we also have the post install option. As of now, it works the similar way how the installation works, and in the long term, it will have the more capabilities or the features which will help to find out the tuning recommendation or the functional recommendation on already installed product. I'll do the execution. It remains the similar as of the installation option. The post install execution has finished. I want to talk about the few important configuration files. Those are the files from where the health check tool pre-installation option picks up the values to be validated. We have three different configuration. One is for the operation management, second is the continuous optimization, commonly known as CO, and the third one is for the common services for ITSM. Note that the continuous optimization and operation management, those can be installed using the same installer and the same work process. But in case of ITSM, you first need to install the common services first, and then the rest of the steps for installing the ITSM happens. We'll cover the Jenkins pipeline and its validation for the ITSM in the next videos. Let's check those configuration files for now. Let's take example of the Helix operation management page. In this page, you'll find there are two important files. One is the infra config and the second the deployment config. Infra config has the information related for installation of the common services or the main infrastructure services. For example, the registry host, the username. Whereas the deployment config has the scaling information. What type of environment that you are using? Is it small, medium, or large? And then it has the project names of the images which gets downloaded during the installation, and depending on the values which are set in the deployment.config, for example monitor, if the value is set to yes, then it will install the BHOM or the monitor module from the operation management. We saw the two options of the health check tool, the install and the post install, and then we learned about the important configuration files. In the next video, we'll be going through the health check tool validation for the ITSM Jenkins input configuration file.